Next, I have the pleasure of introducing our head of school, who I've had the opportunity to get to know this year as she accompanied my class on our trip to India. You won't find someone more hardworking and dedicated than her. Please assist me in welcoming our keynote speaker, Meredy Benson Rice.
Thank you. Thank you, Gianni. And thank you, Noah and Sophia and Fliss and Robert for all the beautiful music. And thank you, Asia, for coming today. My claim to fame with Asia is that I actually helped teach her to drive a stick shift. But I'm so impressed with what you're doing. It really touched my heart to hear you speak about it. This year, as Gianni mentioned, I was honored and privileged to accompany the seniors on their India trip. Those seniors that served you your breakfast this morning and that are sitting around the tables with you. It was challenging to get ready for this trip. We leave the day after, or 2 days after Christmas. And what with the holidays and all normal schoolwork, it's also the end of the semester. And as some of you may know, I actually personally read every narrative report that goes out from the school, which is almost 100 of them. And I do it with great joy and pleasure, actually, because it's not just about catching the odd grammar mistake, but it's also this incredible litmus test. It's like being a fly on the wall where you're just sort of dipping in for a moment and getting this incredible snapshot from preschool all the way through high school, through all of these incredible words that the teachers write about the children here. And it is such a reassuring moment for me to realize that we are actually meeting the intent of the school, because I hear it in every comment as I read about all of the children here. But to travel with the seniors to India, to spend extended time together, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, often in somewhat uncomfortable or at least unfamiliar conditions, all of us collectively out of our comfort zones, and at the same time, as you can imagine, continuously on as ambassadors of the school, was a litmus test like no other. Many of our seniors have been at Oak Grove since elementary school, and some since preschool. And to use what I think is kind of an unfortunate term, but I'll use it anyway, they are indeed a product of the educational experience here. And I don't mean to convey this with any sense of pressure or to imply it's mechanical or there aren't a myriad of other influences of parents and friends and society and the culture as a whole, which of course is undeniable. But there was something I was noticing about these students while we were in India in such close proximity, something that took me a while to put my finger on, and eventually it came to me when I recalled Krishnamurti's words when he talked about sensitivity. And I just want to quote him here. Sensitivity, he says, means being sensitive to everything around one, to the plants, the animals, the trees, the skies, the waters of the river, the bird on the wing, and also to the moods of the people around one and to the stranger who passes by. This sensitivity brings about the quality of uncalculated, unselfish response, which is true morality and conduct. I was intrigued and curious to find out exactly what we're doing here to encourage such sensitivity. And so I shared this quote with our teachers on one of our afternoon all-school faculty meetings and asked this question: in what ways do we cultivate this sensitivity in the students at Oak Grove School? And as always, I was touched to read the teachers' responses, and I want to share just a few of them here. We slow down enough to give our eyes time to notice more deeply the nature around us. We develop empathy by showing care for our classmates and by respecting differences and differences of opinion. We are willing to pause a lesson and observe whatever it is that may be interesting in that moment, and we share our sense of wonder. We notice when we are really listening, not assuming or projecting. We encourage good stewardship of our environment, modeling considerate behavior in our actions with one another, creating time for silence and opportunities for mindfulness. We bring the mirror of relationship into academics and interpersonal relations, making space for self-reflection. These and similar excerpts are drawn from preschool through high school teachers and everything in between. And as I read through the teachers' responses, I imagined a child moving through the school and at every level being exposed to these opportunities to develop inward awareness and sensitivity. And suddenly it made sense that what I witnessed in the seniors during our India trip was this quality of uncalculated and unselfish response. It's what comes to me when I hear Asia speak about the incredible work she's doing towards stewardship of our planet, or a myriad of former and current students who are doing similar work of service. It came to mind why our seniors at a certain moment had to adopt a dog in India, and pay to get it spayed and its rabies shots because they just cared. They cared about everything they came in contact with. And then I started to imagine what the world would be like if it was filled with more young adults who manifested this sensitivity. And that brings me to today. The money that we raise through our annual fundraising campaigns supports all areas of the school, including our ability to provide financial aid to those in need. Half of the children at Oak Grove would be turned away were we unable to provide some partial assistance toward tuition, and this includes the children of our faculty and staff. Currently, about 24% of our fundraising goal is met through parents and grandparents who understandably are moved to support the school at which their child and grandchild attends. But what is remarkable is that over 70% of our donations come from what we call philosophical donors. These are people who do not have a child in the school, but recognize that a gift to the school supports not only your kids, our kids now, but also all of our collective futures. Some of these donors provide specific funded scholarships which can carry a student through their high school years. And we need more funded scholarships right now. We have a number of well-qualified students in our wait pool, students who are a perfect fit for Oak Grove School that are in need of a funded scholarship beyond what the school can currently commit to. Our philosophical donors believe in their bones that this kind of education, the education that we offer here, one that results in young people who are sensitive, who possess that quality of uncalculated and unselfish response, is a means to transform the world and ultimately benefits everyone. So our vision is this: can we imagine giving for the sake of each other and the world? Can we all be philosophical donors, even if we are current parents and grandparents? Can we give not just for the sake of participating, but because that gift is deeply meaningful, deeply significant? I hope we can. And in a very real way, this would help us support many more children in attending Oak Grove School. But who knows? It could also change the world. Thank you.